Hello guys, it's Charge Yuki here, and as you can see, we won. Oh. Oh god. I want to point out just how many creatures. When I was looking at the saddles, I knew I had nettles, but I had no idea what nettles was. The saddle, anyway. So I went and looked at it, and it was so damn useful that I had to go after it, and then I was like, you know what? I need to go get me another Daedon. One that I can use. And then because of Nettles' ability, the saddle I'm talking about, I was wondering if the projectiles would do damage. It was a last resort. And if you want to know the amount of dinos I had here, it would shock you. Alright, let's just kind of clean this up a little bit. Like I said, I make a lot of clones, okay? I make a lot of clones. I try and keep my originals back at base. Specifically for this reason. Nettles is so damn useful because the saddle makes it immune to Topor. So, it's a strategy thing. I knew I was gonna die a couple times. I knew that. It was bound to happen. Will I come back for all these saddles? Yeah, probably, because I'm gonna need more material. I'm gonna need more materials. And I should be excited that third time was the charm, and all I had to do, because dive bombing it really was a risk. It was a risk to take. All this is gonna just despawn, and they're just gonna get picked up by the void things, which is totally fine. But there was roughly 500, about 450 to 500 dinos here, circling this. Every single one, from Spinos to Daedons to Tawny Dragons, and Trikes. Well, Brandons, that's what I named it, berries, all of that. I probably could have done that whole fight by just using Nettles alone, but I wasn't going to risk that. Now we have a choice, since our strongest utility is Brendan, but we won that fight with Nettles. Now we gotta decide, because this is what the whole episode was. The whole episode was to successfully round 3 win against the utility boss and spamming right click. It got to the point where my hand is tired. And I've gotten a headache from the amount of time I put into this. Not just getting the clones ready and going out and getting more and coming back, looking around. Nah, I think I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need more. I want them to swarm the damn thing. And it kind of worked, but yet, initially at the start, only for it to ultimately fail near the end, because the thing was just literally knocking out or killing everything. And then killing it, after it knocked it out. But, yeah. There's still a lot of things I gotta do yet, but this is the absolute one thing. This proves that now we can move on to the next group gods. The unique group gods. The much harder group gods. The most challenging of all the group gods. I might try my hand at a unique one for solar, because we still have that. Because solar might end up being quite useful as well, because just so you guys understand, when all those unique bosses are gone and we have ancients ready to go, of course, for all the rest of them, all the other ones that you guys seen in the last episode, I have, as of right now, every single one of them godlike to group god. They're not leveled up. I will point that out. They are not leveled up. They are not maxed out. They are straight up to godlike to group god. That's where they're at. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time leveling them all up. And then going out and getting more paragons, because I don't got enough of Omega Paragon souls to where I could sit here and just do nothing but fight Paragon bosses the whole time for like an entire day. You know what I mean? Because in order for me to get even more Paragons without me flying around the map, going on a bit of a killing spree, collecting souls in that sense, but also getting the Paragons. We got some loot, but nothing too special. I picked up that saddle. I don't need that. Alright. Alright. I need, where's a griffin at? Give me a griffin. There. Now I'm gonna put all these sandwiches away for when I need them in the future. Because you bet when we get to that unique group god level to where we can make our guys that are all godlike to group god ancient, a lot of these guys will be, fodder. They'll end up being fodder. So, we really have a choice. Because Brendan over there is by far our strongest. And then there's Nettles. But we won that with Nettles. And Nettles has only 3 Paragons. I think just like the other Thorny Dragon only has like 3 Paragons, Nettles only has 3 Paragons. And if you're thinking what I'm thinking Nettles should be considered be made group god. Because this is the original Nettles. This is the original one. like, this is the original Daedon. That's the original Brandon. That is not the original Taming Griffin, because that one ended up getting teleported to the fight by me and also killed. So that technically is a clone. Because we won that with Nettles. Nettles is now by far, that utility is, wow, I actually did not think that would change. That actually looks really flippin' cool. I wonder if we end up getting bosses, can we use it to tame? I don't know. Thing is, now Nettles is a speedy boy. Alright. That's the wrong button there, Donut. That's the button. Alright, let's try this. Alright, that's not bad. That's actually I think that's an improvement of before. Of course, I probably should do this just in case. Just in case if anything got, well, actually, hold on. We got better lighting here. Look at this. Hold on, let me back up. Look at this. Don't that look cool? All in better lighting? Like, I know there's some of them that just don't really look all that cool, but man, that actually looks really good. Alright. We already know what the other attack does thanks to the saddle. But what about the bite? I want to know how much stronger the bite is. Okay, that's an improvement. And we got another one of these, which is great because more quests mean more fun. That is a legit improvement. You really don't need the stone on you. Yeah, it was a crafting one. But just look at this. Just look at this. Nettles is the hero of this episode. First time we tried to deal with just Spinos and berries and we got absolutely destroyed. The next time we did it with even more berries, a trike being the strongest, the Spino, and that wasn't enough. And that wasn't enough. It took getting Nettles here, which is a perfect name for it because of the saddle, and getting a Daedon that proved to be so much helpful. And of course, I might have overdid it to the point where I had absolutely lag crazy. But what do you think is going to happen when I fill this entire area, that whole entire spot right over there, and more, of dinos for the final boss to go through? And I'm probably going to do the same thing with all of the other bosses, because with the unique group bosses, you know as well as I do, the absolute worst ones are going to be the Nightmare and Rage. That combo right there is by far the worst pair. So yeah, I gotta really build an army. Hence why I went after the ones that I went after. But I'm just tickled pink here, because I should be, I know, I should be like, yeah, it's freaking awesome, da. But I'm like, finally, I'm like so relieved that I can now move on and make progress. Everything that I was wanting to do, I can now do. I can move on to the next one. And then I can make some of the best guys I have up into their next strongest form that'll be able to take on the final boss and be able to do damage to it. That's what I want. And then the fun will start when Docs happens, because Docs is coming right after this. And Docs could very well end up being one of the final modded series in the original arc that you're seeing right now. Very well could be the last. But who knows? You know, when ASA finally does come out. But, I might not immediately play ASA right away. I might see other people's impression of it who will be getting it way before me. You know, all the other ones that have, you know, access, you know, all that other stuff. Me, I just don't have the time. I don't do this 24/7 all day long like everybody else has. Everybody else has time to do that. I work a full-time job, and I have to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just don't have the time. I can try and make time, but that really, sometimes it just ends up being more of a nuisance when I have other jobs I have to go do. Meaning, I help out my family. When my family needs help, I go out and help my family. That's another job that I have to go do. That's what a lot of people just don't understand. When I say I don't stop working, I mean it. I never stop working. Overlord Tech Trike. That actually looks really... I mean, the color don't match. Well, I guess the body matches, but the head don't. Oh, he still got hit by it. Get wrecked. Nettles is the champion of this episode. So leave a like for Nettles. Because next, we're going to be taking on our first unique group god boss the next time you see me in Arc Omega. So in between this episode and that episode, there's going to be quite a few episodes of the console version. So, no matter which one it is, whether it be Aberration, Crystal Isles, or Fedor. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Be happy that I've finally found a creature, and also was very, very successful. Very successful. So, peace out, guys. I'm gonna go get some sleep now. Charwell, get the fuck away from my nachos.